Hello, I'm Eloise and this is my channel, and yes, it's been a long time. I don't have an excuse for it, it just has. Life has got crazy, I've gone back to work and I just need to sort my crap out. So anyway, for today's video I am going to be recreating one of my favourite makeup artists on Instagram and here on YouTube, Painted by Spencer. If you guys don't know who he is, get to know, because he is a phenomenal makeup artist and I'm obsessed with his work, and I have been for many years. And he recently started up a YouTube channel and I've been obsessed, and I haven't stopped watching his videos and studying the way that he does makeup. So today I thought I would challenge myself and recreate one of his looks. And the look that I'm going to do today is the one where he did this beautiful plum smoky eye on his gorgeous model, and I haven't done plum and purple eyes in a long time, so I thought what better day to do it than today when recreating a Painted by Spencer look. So that's what I'm going to be doing today, you guys, and if you're interested to see, then make sure you keep on watching. Before you do, make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up, subscribe and all that jazz, and let's crack on. I have tried to do something a little bit glamorous with the hair today, so I've gone for a slightly glamour wave. I always find this side goes way better than this side. I don't know why this always flicks out. But anyway, I've had a little hair chop and I've had a little colour refresh. So yeah, we're feeling blonde, we're feeling cute and super choppy. I have the video up here right now. I was just refreshing my memory on how he does makeup, and he does his base makeup first on his clients. I personally prefer to do my eye, just because where he's using a pencil for his eyeshadows today, you have to kind of really stretch the lids, which means I'm going to have to wrinkle up my forehead whenever I have foundation on, and I have to raise my eyebrows to do my eye makeup. It just creases so badly, so I'm going to do my eyes first. So what I'm going to do is skip to that portion of the video, and of course I will link this video down below if you want to recreate it yourself or just recreate it along with me. But yeah, let's get started. So he uses concealer and then translucent powder over the top. For me, I prefer a eyeshadow primer, but for the purpose of the video, should we go for concealer and powder? Let's give it a go. So I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay Stay Naked concealer. I actually cannot remember the last time that I used a concealer for my eyeshadow base, so we shall see how it performs today. So he's just said he's going to use a lip pencil from, I think it was Makeup Forever, I can't remember, and he said it's not the most conventional way to do your eye makeup. I often use pencils on my eyes. Maybe he meant the lip pencil, but I've gone in with lip pencils on my eyes many a time, especially when I worked for Urban Decay. It's a pretty similar colour, I would say. It's the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in the shade Alkaline, and that's already an eye pencil, so it's totally safe to use on the eyes. What he's done is line the whole way along the lash line and then fill in the entire lid. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's just start wiggling that really close to that lash line. I haven't done this colour in such a long time and I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So I can't tell whether he's gone higher than the socket or kept just below it, because I didn't see the model with her eyes open. So I'm just going to go the tiniest bit higher in the outer corner. So with pencils like this you really need to work quickly. So I'm going to take this Morphe M153 and just start to really smudge that in. And this could take a little while, but you have to be kind of quick with it, because once it dries down it's not going to budge, especially these Urban Decay pencils are amazing. But do you see what I mean with raising my eyebrow? You need to keep your lid quite taut, especially when blending out a cream shadow on the lid. You don't want to create any sort of ridges, so keeping your eyes taut is key. And that's why I like to do my eyes first, because the foundation would just severely settle in my lines. But of course he's doing the makeup on his client, so he can kind of stretch the eye slightly. And then he says he takes a clean fluffy brush just to make sure everything's completely diffused. And it looks like he's gone on with the second layer of the pencil. Let's have a little look. Usually when I'm using a pencil like this, I would prefer a non-powdered base on my eye, because I've got that powder down and the base isn't as movable, malleable I think the word is. It's kind of setting quicker, whereas if I had that if I had my eyeshadow primer down that I don't usually set, then it would sort of move in with the primer, whereas I'm having a little bit of a tough time blending this out. Let me zoom you in and show you what I mean. Can you see it's kind of crusty and patchy? What I think I'm going to do is take this off and then go in with my normal primer. Okay, so I've gone ahead and primed my eyes using my MAC Painterly paint pot, and everything just feels a little bit creamier and easier to move around. So we're going to quickly start again, exact same steps, and I will let you know how we're getting on. I have had a little bit of trouble with this pencil before. Just where it's a purple, I just think it's harder to get that creamy consistency, whereas if this was, say, my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencil in the shade 0, that's a way creamier formula, so I think this would have been fine with a powdered base. But with this particular pencil, where it's a purple, it's harder to formulate, and it feels like a dry consistency to some of the other 24/7 Glide-Ons. Just wasn't meant to be for a powdered base, so let's crack on again. And just going in with my finger just really helps to melt that product. Because you've got the warmth and the oils on your fingers, it's just going to help to move it a little bit more. I think Spencer goes in with eyeshadow in a minute, hopefully, but at the moment it's doing that weird patchiness again. So hopefully, I mean, it looks like a mess right now, but hopefully we'll get there in the end. So he's popped it underneath as well, and he's done it pretty much the whole way along. I'm going to do it pretty low down so that it looks nice and smudgy and grungy. My lid looks horrendous. Just think it was a bad choice of liner on my part. So he definitely goes in with an eyeshadow, which I'm happy about. So I'm going to go in with the Jaclyn Hill Morphe Volume 2 palette, because it's got some gorgeous purples in there. So I'm probably going to go in with Not My Journey, which is that one there. Adding this cool tone purple because he thinks it's going to really complement the warmness of the plummy tone. So let's have a look. So I'm just applying this shade with my Morphe R39. So it's quite a dense but fluffy brush, if that makes sense. It's very pretty. I just need to cover up this mess of a lid right now. So he's going in with that same shade and that packing brush, and he is just going over the top of the outer corner and the crease, and he makes it quite defined in this crease area. Okay, in this video it looks like he's got some sort of a shimmer on the lid, but he hasn't mentioned it. So what I'm going to do is, once I've blended this purple out, I'm going to add a really pretty shimmer that looks quite similar to the one in the video. I'm just going to quickly blend this out. I am loving this colour though. It definitely doesn't look like his. I feel like mine looks a little bit brighter, but that's probably just because of the choice of colours. Yeah, it's definitely getting better, and I absolutely love the colour of it. Okay, let's try and find a shimmer. I don't particularly want to go in with one from this Morphe palette because they're all a little bit too bright. I've just found the perfect shimmer, which is like a purple with a blue tone fleck, which it looks like she's got on. It's from the Anastasia Beverly Hills X Carly Bible. You know how much I love Carly Bible. Her palette. And I'm going to go in with the shade Mandala, that one there. Oh my god! That is so gorgeous. I'm just going to go back in with that deep purple just to frame that shimmer. I really want to try and find quite a sparkly colour. I mean, it's so definitely not a good dupe of the eyeshadow he's created, but I do love it. So this is just a Moon Dust from the Party Favour palette by Urban Decay, the middle one, which is called Sugar High, one of my favourites in the palette. And then I'm just going to go in with a mixture of Not My Journey and the black, which is Temptress, just to go over this lash line. Okay, so what I'm going to do is pop 0 pencil in my waterline, stick my lashes on, do the other eye, and then I'll be back for the complexion. We're definitely a little bit more pink and purple rather than plum, but I love the way that these eyes look. So gorgeous. So let's go back to the video He has applied that Laura Mercier hydrating mask thing on with the sponge, and he applies pretty much everything with a sponge, so I'm going to use my sponge today. As you know, I'm a huge fan of my stippling brush by So Eco, but we're going to ditch it and go for a sponge. He's used that Smashbox full coverage foundation. I don't have that. I've got the hydrating version, so I'm going to go in with that today, I think. So I'm using the shade 2.12. Got a fair few drops on there because I am aware that a sponge picks up a lot more product. And we're just going to start to bounce it into the skin. The reason I don't tend to go in with the sponge is because it takes forever, and I, on my own skin, just want to whack it on and get out the door. But it does give a beautiful finish. My arm just gets so tired from doing that for about 5 minutes. Okay, next up, he is using a stick foundation for the cream bronzer slash contour, which I use all the time. I'm going to be going in with the Barry M All Night Long stick foundation in the shade Fudge. He's using a tiny little dense buffing brush, but I don't have one to hand, so I'm just going to go straight in with my sponge. And I find it much easier to blend out when you don't draw the lines on your face and use it straight from the tool, which he's doing with a brush, of course. But do you know what? I should use a sponge to do my cream bronze more often because that looks flawless. He's made a really good point there. I too love using cream bronzers and cream contours as opposed to just going straight in with powder, just because it makes the skin look a little bit more natural. You can manoeuvre them easily. If you add too much, you can just go straight over the top with a little bit more foundation. And they just blend so much easier as well. I've always loved a cream bronzer. He's using quite a bright concealer, so is that too crazy? I haven't done this in a long time. I'm going to try and get as close to the under eyes as possible, but still leaving that room to be able to blend upwards a little bit. And this is just going to neaten up that under eye. I'm not used to this bright concealer, but we shall see. By the way, I've used the Urban Decay Stay Naked Concealer, which is my all-time favourite. I'm just taking a Zoeva 227. It's quite a flat, fluffy blending brush. And I'm just going around the edges of the under eye just to soften that concealer so it's less harsh. So now he goes in with his powder, so I'm just going to take my powder sponge, take off the excess because I don't like too much powder underneath my eyes, and just press that in, making sure to get into all the nooks and crannies. And then I'm just going to do the areas that I need it, so a little bit around the forehead, the nose, around the lip and the chin. I'm just going to go in with this fluffy blending brush just to make sure everything is seamless. Okay, what's next, Spencer? Okay, so now he's going to set the contoured slash bronzy areas. So I'm going to take the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow because it's quite a cool toned colour, so I thought it'd be good for a bit of sculpting. And I'm literally just going over the areas that we put that cream, just sets it in place, makes it look a little bit more seamless, less shiny. So this, I would say, is definitely more of a full glam skin. I wouldn't tend to put this much makeup on. And then he pinches his brush just to go down the nose so it's a little bit more precise. So at this point he does the brows, and he's using a Benefit product for this bit, but I haven't got any Benefit products, so I'm just going to go in with my Pink Honey Super Hold and just fluff those brows up. And then we're just going to fill in ever so lightly with my Urban Decay Double Down Brow in the shade Tote Trap. Nothing too crazy. Okay, for blush, he's used something quite subtle, so I'm going to go in with the Morphe Pop of Coral blush, and I'm going to take this shade here, and I'm just going to blush my cheeks and bring it back into the bronzer, where we've gone for quite a bright eyeshadow look today. It's quite nice to keep the blush a little bit more fresh and subtle. Okay, now for highlighter. I'm going to go in with my MAC Soft and Gentle because he's gone for something quite wet looking, and this definitely has the ability. So I'm going to load my brush up. This product just brings the skin back to life. I love it so much. Like, look at that glow. So pretty. Such an oldie but a goldie. I love that. I'm going to go in with a bit of MAC Fix Plus just because I feel like my skin looks a little bit powdery. I must say, I bloody hate the sprayer on this thing. It's so aggressive and I just feel like you cannot avoid the eye area. Oh, and a bloody smudge mascara underneath my eye. No! It's just so aggressive, isn't it? It's all over my top, it's all over my phone. It's just a bit crazy for my liking, but it is a nice product. I might have to pour it into one of my Urban Decay ones. Is that really terrible? Okay, while that's drying, I think he does the lip.
And that's how we turn this natural beauty into a glam pop.
Oh no, mine's way more pink, isn't it? Right, I love his outros, they're so extra, and I think he does the hair as well. Bloody amazing. Right, so yeah, my eyes are way more pink and I'm really annoyed about it, but what can you do? So I've got a new Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. I mean, how bougie is that packaging? I love it! This is in the shade Penelope Pink. So I think it's going to go perfect with this look. And I'm going to pair it with my Urban Decay Stark Naked lip liner. And then he put some gloss on top. So I'm going to go with my favourite NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Fortune Cookie. I wish I had a cool outro like that, but it's just not going to happen. I've literally just realised I've filmed this entire video without my microphone plugged in. So hopefully the sound's not terrible. So there you have it. I am literally obsessed with the way this has turned out. I feel like my eyes look so gorgeous. Oh, I forgot a bloody smudge mascara under there. Oh well, you can't really see, can you? It's fine. And I feel like my skin just looks so juicy and glowy. I'm obsessed. I'm a little bit annoyed that my eyes are way pinker than his models, but what can you do? I haven't got the same products as him, so it's just going to turn out a little bit different naturally. So anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this kind of video. I do have a couple of other videos where I've recreated some of my favourite makeup artist looks, so definitely check that out in the description box down below. If you've got any requests of any videos that you want me to film, definitely leave those in the comment section as well. Because I'm running dry here, guys. I need some inspo, and at the moment all I can think of is recreating other people's looks, and I love that, but do you like watching it? That's the question. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this style of video, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up, subscribe and all that jazz. I'm Eloise, this is my channel, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.